And who is it? Look at Hurricane, who's news every news breaking you in the house again. Let me pack 'em in, ladies and gentlemen, from the left light. We back again. Who is it? Look at Hurricane, hood news and reviews bringing you in the house again. Yeah, we going back and get back, and we going back and get back, and we going back again for the very first time. Don't worry if I write checks, I write rhymes. Shouts out to everybody. HHN Special Report.
Into a line by a corner of my mind. And my soul gotta keep it divine. When I arrive, I'll be taking it live. But show you gonna benefit, just gonna be dying denied. I go behind enemy lines. Rip it up for my kind. Put the motherfucker sword in his spine. Like a lyrical samurai. Back in the satellite. If you see me, bitch, I don't need an alibi. Bitch, I'm a hurricane. Bringing the storm in the rain, bitch. Bringing on the wind and I'm changing the game quick. Revolutionary and bringing the pain, bitch. Shoot you in the head, I'm leaving your brainless. Going on the mission, I'm knowing it's dangerous. Hang your ass on the fire, be chain, bitch. Most of you haters be talking the same shit. Spit it, rip it, fight, you doing, I don't miss. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight in the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you burn in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight up the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you burn in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight up the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you burn in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight up the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you burn in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions. Who is the killer that's doing it bigger? You better get your nigga before I kill him and send him like hell, nigga. Fucking with the storm, that's why you failed, nigga. Breaking your bones because you frail, nigga. You eradicate the enemy, never been scared, nigga. Stay strapped up or stay prepared, nigga. Once you did not live, like you remember who you checking, I'ma have to shoot you in your head, nigga. Realest to realest, I never spit it. I'm the greatest admitted. Your niggas scared it, admitted, and I'm the realest that never did it. Murder minute, I'm living, killing the villain, and through the fucking bitch, I'm a villain, killing the motherfucking government. Y'all the middle finger to the law, plant a bomb, and I'm killing them all. Yeah, I'm hitting them all. Hell yeah, it gets bigger of a sword. 50 cal, gonna be killing them all. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight in the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you blood in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight in the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you blood in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight in the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you blood in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight in the jacket. Look at my madness, see you blood in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight in the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you blood in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions. Lyrical madness, see the blade in the packet. Full-time candy, put it straight in the jacket. Lyrical madness, see you blood in the panic. Look at my actions, cause some beautiful reactions.
Hurricane 313. Down, we have a problem.
Rogue One production.
Push it to the limit, murder making lyrics, killing like a villain, spitting murder making lyrics. Government is tripping cause my murder making lyrics. Haters out there tripping cause my murder making lyrics. It's the revolutionary shit. Cops getting very quick, quicker with the trigger, better run, little scary bitch. This master terrorist, destroying everything. Fuck the government, I'm the motherfucking hurricane. Bringing all the stormy flame, bring you in and bring the rain. Make the haters feel the pain. Time to rearrange the game. They want me to tune it down. Fuck you, bitch, I'm shooting rounds. Rebel music through your house. Shoot your door, you hating clowns. Got some weed smoking out. Throw them fucking guns up. Ramming through a fair building in a fucking armor truck. Throw that motherfucker up. We don't really give a fuck. Take this fucking land back. Do you wanna roll with us? Push it to the limit. Murder making lyrics. Killing like a villain, spitting murder making lyrics. Government is tripping cause my murder making lyrics. Haters out there tripping cause my murder making lyrics. We are gonna eradicate. This is really not a prank. Fuck up martial law, we gon' pull up, steal your fucking tank. See you gone off the drink, about to hit the fucking bank. Eliminate the rich, use a bitch, that's what I fucking think. See you fucking billionaires, got you bitches running scamming. Everything upgrade security, nigga, yeah. It don't even matter though, shoot them in this fucking boat. Bill Gates, Dr. Fauci, y'all bitches gotta go. rifle with a scope, custom made bullets, ho. Shit'll break the paw, kill 100 people in the road. Do the C4, put a bomb in your villa, ho. Making scenes they die votes, all them people gotta go. Push it to the limit, murder mitten lyrics. Treated like a villain, spitting murder mitten lyrics. Government is tripping cause my murder mitten lyrics. Gators out the tripping cause my murder mitten lyrics. Murder mitten lyrics. Murder mitten lyrics. Haters out the tripping cause my murder mitten lyrics. Murder mitten lyrics. Murder mitten lyrics. Haters out the tripping cause my murder mitten lyrics. Yeah. Hell yeah. Fuck the government. Fuck the government. Fuck the government. Middle finger to the sky. Fuck the government. Fuck the government. Fuck the government. Middle finger to the sky. Fuck the government.
When we asked 10 years ago, we was asking with the Panthers, we was asking with that, the civil rights, we was asking, you know, now those people that were asking, they're all dead and in jail. So now what do you think we're gonna do? Ask?
Idiocracy became real life. Truman Show is my real life. I'm Neo, that red pill, it ruined my life. They live, they praying for our demise. Even an angel not above falling. Conspiracy theorists, I think that's my calling. Reporting live from the Civil War, I'm recording. With my eyes wide shut, Illuminati wanna see us all in a coffin. Beef and vendetta and vigilantes, yeah, we all revolting.
I think I'm entitled. You want answers. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Dodge your monsters in Dark City. Then you just be real, but try to fuck with me like Resident Evil. We experiments. Gotta pull the guns out and kill the quick. The demolition man ain't scared of shit. Something finished with the case, you prepare for this. I roll by, can you see the microchips? Play the nigga forehead over your wrist. They ain't got the nigga live, they be watching shit. Couldn't see the spy wheel, your device and shit. People saying they a doctor with no licenses. Got an M&AK for precise hits. Like watchdog, taking your device and whip. Make you crash to a motherfucking building, bitch. Pop the clip in the blip, they click bow. Overkill a nigga, they hit it with more rounds. Hurricane spit in the flames is profound. All these people tripping on gender and pronouns. What about the homeless and government shutdowns? For the government be shooting them all down. Just like the Matrix, bitch, amazing flips. Shoot you in the face, you bitch, the case dismissed. Send it to the grave, the bitch, they can't convict. I'm the motherfucker from the ancient myths that came to rip. Body support from the start in the Hunger Games. Yeah, you bitches will run far. Set the record straight, these niggas ain't on par. White House down, we killing them all, dog.
Idiocracy became real life. Truman Show is my real life. I'm Neo, that red pill, it ruined my life. They live, they praying for our demise. Even an angel not above falling. Conspiracy theorists, I think that's my calling. Reporting live from the Civil War, I'm recording. With my eyes wide shut, Illuminati wanna see us all in a coffin. Beef and vendetta and vigilantes, yeah, we all revolting.
Son, we live in a world that has walls, and those walls have to be guarded by men with guns. Who's gonna do it? You? You, Lieutenant Weinberg? I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom.
These niggas scared. I guess I gotta tone it down for y'all. Born and raised in the projects, dude. Where we give all these haters the blues. Fuck cops, man, we breaking the rules. Outlaws, yeah, we bringing the tools. I'm a rebel, what the fuck you gon' do? Get on my level, we'll get lost in the dust. Ain't gas that I trust. Y'all feds ain't fucking with us. Tell the government enough is enough. Pull up in the truck. Politician getting shot the fuck up. Like a Christmas tree, lighting them up. Got the Sprite in my cup. Sipping lean, about to light up a blunt. As I walk straight up to the front. Ayo in my hand, understand you ain't calling my bluff. Taking limbs off the body with shots. Then I blew up the spot. The whole scene is your burial plot. I saw the news and the aerial shots. I just ready to block. Revolution, are you ready or not? Let me hit you with this Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Wanna smoke? To this old school Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Let them know. This that old school Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Wanna smoke? To this old school Detroit flow. This the old school Detroit flow. Let them know. Pop a clip, time to drop that fool. Never fuck with a project dude. We used to all dodge cops at school. Now we all grown up on the block, that's cool. If the cops come through, they get popped at too. Let me spit this rebel shit on this laid back tune. Because I got you niggas scared of my hype ass tunes. Y'all scared of revolution, better fight back, dude. Let me kick a fed ass with these fly ass moves. Plus I think I got blood on my nice ass shoes. Have to dip to the dealer and cop that coupe. Bulletproof, box of black dash out with the crew. On the mission, about to blow up a factory, dude. About to bring all the pain and the agony, dude. Got the world news saying it's a tragedy, dude. Destroy the evil warrior, then you have to regroup. Say hurricane is the truth, bitch. Let me hit you with this Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Wanna smoke? To this old school Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Let them know. This the old school Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Wanna smoke? To this old school Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Let them know. Let me get you with the Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Wanna smoke? To this old school Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Let them know. Let me get you with the Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Wanna smoke? To this old school Detroit flow. This old school Detroit flow. Let them know.
All right, let's get on to the news. We're going to the UK.
You have every right to feel scared and threatened in Britain. On Saturday night, 10 people were allegedly stabbed by a knifeman.
53,000 confirmed attacks in 1 year. A new knife crime every 10 minutes. 28% collapse in public trust. British streets have turned into war zones following yet another attack on a girl by Dungchol Majek. Officials split hairs, insisting the victim was a young woman rather than a girl. The crowds didn't care. Keir Starmer stands accused of turning Britain into the machete capital of Europe. At 8:05 p.m, protesters from London to Leeds demanded the immediate deportation of 600,000 individuals back to Africa and the Middle East. Starmer dismissed the demand as absolutely intolerant and impossible. At 8:23, a massive assault was launched against police cordons. The order was to hold the line. By 8:50 sharp, platoons retreated after taking volleys of fireworks directly to the face. This wasn't holiday celebration. This was total chaos. Starmer issued a statement claiming, "Murder rates are down 6% and knife murder is down 1%. He only made it worse." Opposition leader Farage fired back that over 70% of crime remains in the shadows, pointing directly at the involvement of illegal arrivals. Why? Because those on the small boats aren't in the police database and hold no documents.
For taking part in the procession is committing an offence.
In just 2 hours, 6 new vans were deployed. 3 were surrounded and destroyed. By 9:05 p.m, groups of masked men initiated clashes with police. The protesters were no longer demanding action. They were taking streets into their own hands. Glass bottles were launched at mounted units. 78 people were hospitalised on both sides. Multiple media outlets labelled the waves as far-right extremists. Yet Keir Starmer told European leaders, Britain is fully under control. The radicals have almost zero support. At the London protest, placards were raised high. 320% rise in machete attacks since the year 2000. Critics warned that 80% of women and children could be under threat. 7 hotels were suddenly ablaze for reasons yet unknown. Police deployed additional barricades to shield migration centres. By that moment, 69 arrests had been made. But the worst lay elsewhere. A 240% surge in teenage knife homicides compared to 2015. 150 attacks inside schools. Kitchen cleavers and machetes are being seized from classrooms. In response, Starmer introduces kindness lessons to influence student minds. He bypasses
kindness lessons. We need to love these immigrants, even though they stabbing the shit out of y'all. Get the fuck out of here.
the root of the problem. At the same time, 3 boats were spotted arriving from the Channel. Then Nigel Farage declared that Britain has one chance left. Repeal the ban on pepper spray, at least for women. Enact the Castle Doctrine so homeowners have the right to defend their property. 2.3 million comments in just 3 hours. They demanded the right to self-defense, just like in the US. Because in Britain, a victim relies solely on the police, who might arrive only when you are already dead. But what followed was something Keir Starmer branded a flagrant violation of all human rights. Farage insisted on the deportation of over 600,000 new arrivals back to the Middle East and Africa. He vowed to create militarized units similar to ICE in the US. Donald Trump has repeatedly hinted that he could assist with specialists to make Britain safe again. But Starmer applied a different solution. A law banning the sale of zombie knives was announced. Gangs across Britain bought out the knives on marketplaces 1 month before the law took effect. Zombie knives were simply renamed katanas to bypass the law. It was a Labour failed decision.
Power on.
By doing nothing,
The
Nigel
Bluetooth
Farage
device
gained
is ready to pair.
2.3% of new voters in the polls in just 4 hours. Keir Starmer built his entire political brand on his past as the nation's top prosecutor. He promised to bring order to the chaos. Instead, he delivered the SDS 40 disaster. Britain's prison system is operating at over 99% capacity. The cells are full. The guards are overwhelmed. But instead of building more capacity or securing the borders, Starmer chose to open the gates. The government frames it as a logistical necessity. The public sees it as a surrender. Under the controversial SDS 40 scheme, dangerous offenders are walking free after serving just 40% of their sentences. It is a revolving door that mocks the concept of justice. In a single year, 40,000 convicts have been dumped back onto British streets. Thugs know the sentences are merely suggestions. Critics warned that Starmer has effectively decriminalised serious offences by removing the consequence. The opposition is absolutely furious. Nigel Farage has slammed the scheme as a betrayal of every law-abiding family in the country. He presented a simple, brutal solution. There are currently over 10,000 foreign nationals clogging up British jails. Farage demanded their immediate deportation to their countries of origin. It would free up thousands of cells overnight. It would save the taxpayer millions in housing costs. It would make room for the machete gangs terrorising London.
Salute in the groove.
But Starmer refuses to touch them, so the foreign criminals stay inside, fed and housed, and the British criminals are unleashed into neighbourhoods. It is a twisted set of priorities that no other nation would tolerate. Keir Starmer man, who was supposed to be the tough prosecutor, has become the jailer who lost the keys. Victims are left terrified. They see their abusers walking the high street just months after sentencing. Police officers are demoralised. They risk their lives to catch predators, only to see them released by a spreadsheet in Whitehall. Nearly 40,000 potential repeat offenders are circulating in the general population. The deterrent is gone. If you carry a zombie knife, you know you won't serve your time. If you assault a pensioner, you know the prisons are full. Starmer has signalled to the criminal underworld that Britain is open for business. He chose to empty the prisons rather than secure the borders. He chose to release the dangerous rather than deport the foreign. The anarchy nation is witnessing is not a malfunction of the state. For months, critics have warned that releasing criminals early would result in blood, yet the government pressed the button anyway. That is the reality Nigel Farage is screaming about. In the United States, a homeowner defends his castle. In Starmer's Britain, he awaits the police while his family is threatened, knowing that if he raises a hand, he faces the judge. The mobs burning cars tonight are fueled by this exact betrayal. They see a justice system that hunts the grandmother for a Facebook post, but grants early release to the machete-wielding thug. It is a total inversion of morality. Police retreat from the gangs, not because they are outgunned, but because they are paralysed by a legal framework that criminalises effective policing. We have reached the point of no return. The social contract is shredded. When the government confiscates your means of defence and then refuses to defend you, the streets inevitably explode. Whitehall watches the hotels burn and debates hate speech laws, completely blind to the fact that the British public has realised they are on their own. The ban on pepper spray, the refusal to deport foreign criminals, the SDS 40 scheme, these are not separate issues. They are the combined ingredients of a suicide note for a Western democracy. Starmer promised to smash the gangs. Instead, he smashed the public's faith in the law itself. Britain is the only nation in the developed world where the leadership believes banning a specific shape of handle.
Right, salute to the Facebook grandma.
Tonight's inferno didn't happen by chance. The Home Office had detailed reports predicting that prohibiting zombie knives would simply push gangs toward 20-inch ninja swords, that the online black market was completely unregulated, that schools were already seizing huge blades daily, and that disarming law-abiding citizens would leave them defenseless against this new wave of violence. Every one of these warnings was marked for urgent legislative action. Starmer acted on none of them. Aides claim the Prime Minister personally refused to consider the Castle Doctrine because it violates the principle of proportionate response. Proportionate response. Meanwhile, hotels are torched, migration centres are barricaded, and police vans are overturned by mobs who know the state has folded. A government that confiscates pepper spray from women becomes a government that enables their attackers. Under Starmer's tenure, machete attacks tripled. The ninja sword loophole was exploited instantly. Police lost control of entire postcodes, and Whitehall
right, bring back Chinese porn stars.
Even tonight, while cities descended into open revolt, senior officials were more concerned about condemning Nigel Farage's rhetoric than stopping the fireworks being fired at police forces. This is how a state loses its monopoly on violence. Not in one dramatic collapse, but in thousands of confiscated sprays.
Man, they shooting fireworks at police. What if the fireworks was a real RPG? That'd be awesome. Body parts everywhere.
All can deny it. Starmer can spin it. But the public saw the truth in the flames tonight. Britain is being governed by people who would rather prosecute a home owner for fighting back than deport the foreign criminal who broke in.
Right.
If the rioters had been demanding lower taxes, the response would have been swift. But because the violence came from a public pushed to the breaking point by unchecked knife crime, Whitehall's instinct was not to solve the problem, but to silence the complaint. Pushed to the breaking point by unchecked knife crime, Whitehall's instinct was not to solve the problem, but to silence the complaint. And that is the moment a government stops serving its people and starts serving its ideology. Tonight wasn't just a riot, it was a reckoning. A reminder that Britain's streets no longer belong to the people who follow the rules, pay the bills, and surrender their rights, but to the armed gangs that this government refuses to confront.
All right.
What terrified Britain tonight wasn't the sound of breaking glass. It was the silence of a Prime Minister who has no answer. Whitehall hid, the Met retreated. And Keir Starmer's government once again chose the appearance of virtue over the reality of safety. The message was unmistakable. If you are facing a machete, you are on your own. The international reputation of the United Kingdom has entered a steep decline. Inside the NHS, the cost of this political denial is being measured in critical care beds. Trauma surgeons are now treating injuries previously restricted to active combat zones. Medical teams report a surge in severed limbs, complex eviscerations, and permanent nerve damage inflicted by military-grade hardware. The taxpayer is funding a healthcare system that is being overwhelmed by the casualties of a turf war the government refuses to acknowledge. Yet the nightly news paints a different picture. The national broadcaster systematically omits descriptions of suspects in night attacks.
On that ass.
They
Hell
use the
yeah.
neutral term
Chernobyl was a
to
good
mask
game.
specific demographic patterns. They refuse to air footage of the weapons seized on the streets. It is a curated silence designed to manage public anxiety rather than inform it. On the ground, the high street is adapting to a wartime economy. Supermarket security guards in major cities now wear stab-proof vests as standard uniform. Independent shopkeepers are closing before sunset to avoid the evening gangs. International capital is quietly exiting the City of London. Foreign investors view the state's inability to guarantee physical safety as a structural economic risk. Wealth is mobile, and it is moving to jurisdictions where employees can walk to the office without fear. The social fabric is tearing along clear fault lines. In parts of Birmingham and Leeds, distinct communities have begun organising their own street patrols. These groups effectively police their own borders without state oversight. The constabulary has tacitly ceded sovereignty over these postcodes to avoid friction. Britain is witnessing a de facto balkanisation of its urban centres. It is no longer a unified nation under one law, but a patchwork of territories managed by local power brokers. Starmer's response involves kindness workshops in secondary schools. It is a policy completely detached from the threat level. Parents are no longer just buying pencil cases. They are purchasing bulletproof backpack inserts on Amazon. The normalisation of extreme violence has reached the school gates. As the state retreats, dangerous alternatives are filling the vacuum. Black market demand for illegal defensive sprays has skyrocketed among women. Neighbourhood groups are coordinating defence strategies on encrypted messaging apps. When the government abdicates its duty to protect, vigilantism inevitably steps forward. This is not a temporary spike in crime statistics. It is a fundamental shift in how the kingdom operates. The authorities believe they can manage this decline with silence and statistics. They are miscalculating the public mood. This isn't just civil dissatisfaction. It is a realisation that the social contract has been dissolved. The era of relying on the police is ending. The era of self-preservation has begun. There is a distinct operational protocol now shaping how major crime is reported in the United Kingdom. When a violent incident occurs, the immediate priority for law enforcement often shifts from transparency to narrative management. Press statements are carefully scrubbed of sensitive descriptors before they reach the public domain. If a suspect belongs to a specific demographic or religious group, their background is frequently omitted from the official record. Names are withheld for days. Photographs are blocked. Immigration status is classified as irrelevant to the ongoing investigation. This is a calculated strategy designed to prevent community friction and avoid accusations of Islamophobia. Officials argue that releasing these details serves no investigative purpose and risks inflaming tensions. Critics argue it serves a political purpose by masking the true nature of the violence. The public is left interpreting vague euphemisms like local man or youths in place of hard facts. Senior officers privately acknowledge the immense pressure to avoid headlines that could spark a backlash against minority groups. The fear of being accused of bias has effectively superseded the duty of full disclosure. Nigel Farage has positioned himself as the primary challenger to this institutional silence. He describes the withholding of suspect information as a deliberate state cover-up of migration failures. The Reform UK leader is demanding a granular breakdown of violent crime statistics by nationality and visa category. It is a data set that the Home Office has historically been reluctant to publish. Farage contends that the electorate cannot vote on solutions if the scale of the problem is obscured by censorship. He highlights the visible disparity in reporting standards. When a suspect is native-born, their identity and history are rarely protected. When the suspect is a recent arrival or an asylum seeker, the flow of information stops. Farage argues this double standard is driving a wedge between the police and the public. He frames the demand for transparency as a matter of national safety, not prejudice. The government dismisses these demands as dangerous populism. Ministers accuse Farage of exploiting individual tragedies to sow division and scapegoat communities. They maintain that crime is an individual choice, not a cultural import. However, the persistent refusal to share the data suggests a government terrified of what the numbers might reveal. By suppressing the facts, authorities are creating a vacuum now being filled by speculation and rumor.
Yep. The UK is on fire. Shouts out to Vonta, UK correspondent. Hope you over there being safe. Know what I'm saying? And that's the news for over there. Now we got some more news, y'all. HHN Special Report.
There are way more files missing pertaining to Jeffrey than what news and media are trying to make us believe. And also, what happened to 3i Atlas? Was it all just a test? But before we go ahead and get into that, what is going on here?
You have amazing role models
Nicki Minaj
like
and Erica Kirk.
handsome, dashing president.
What?
And you have amazing role models like the assassin
What?
J.D. Vance, our vice president.
What?
And when I say that,
They gonna clip that shit. You clipping this.
trust me, there's nothing new under the sun that I have not heard, so you're fine. Yes, we did. You have to laugh about it, truly. I have been called every single thing, and you know what? God is so good, you let it roll right off your back. And this is what's so beautiful about this moment, because if the internet wants to clip it, who cares? I love this woman. She's an amazing woman. She has a soul and a heart for the Lord. And
Really?
words are words, but I know her heart, and it doesn't even matter.
How do
and
Nicki
say
know
what you want
Erica?
to say because I know your heart. And I will not judge that.
What was that? What in the world was that? This is getting weirder and weirder by the moment. And even if she was referring to the quote unquote conspiracy
I'm
theory,
talking about like on some real shit. Here's what's weird about it. Erica Kirk, your husband just died. Why in the frosted mini fuck are you on tour with celebrities and motherfucking, like, look, I understand you got to take over the Turning Point USA. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand you got to do that, but do you really have to go on a grieving tour? Yeah, this is what it looks like. Celebrities popping up out the clear blue. They're doing tributes of Charlie Kirk in the UK. It's like, why is this fucker everywhere? when he's just a motherfucker that was just going to college campuses and debating college students. That's all this motherfucker did. And this nigga got, well, and then he started doing some other shit. But at the same time, though, Erica Kirk is connected to a whole lot more powerful people. Father was in the DOD, what? Her name was Erica Franze or some shit. I already covered it. Who the fuck is Erica Kirk? Really? Bitch is way more powerful. Way more powerful. Same thing for Tom McDonald. His girlfriend. She connected to some powerful motherfuckers. Jay Electronica's girlfriend. She connected to some powerful motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And Hillary Clinton. I don't know why you didn't leave Bill. You knew he was a fucking dog. Didn't want to leave him. Like, bitch, because I'm the one that's the powerful one. Bill Clinton ain't shit. I know Bill Clinton is sick seeing his pictures all over the fucking news. And I know Hillary's probably smiling like a motherfucker. She's like, Bill, don't worry about it. It was the past. I ain't gonna leave you. I'll kill you before I leave you. But anyway, shit is wild. This is some idiocracy shit.
Of those who had taken Charlie Kirk out.
You sub to James Lee? Hell yeah. Yep. Shouts out to Crystal is cool for putting me up on James Lee. And right after I watched the James Lee video she put me up on, I went to the Kurt Meltzer show or the Jimmy Dore show, and I saw James Lee over there. I was like, oh shit, that's what's up. Motherfuckers are connected. But yeah, I'm subscribed to James Lee. And shouts out to Crystal is cool for putting me up on James Lee. You already know. My sexy California independent researcher, Crystal is cool.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody say that J.D. Vance was the one to take him out. So why did she call him the assassin? You know what? At this point, it doesn't matter because they are clearly mocking their audience.
Yep.
They're clearly mocking their followers.
Yep.
I didn't think the mocking could get any worse after they did this.
The conference, but there are three main things that are happening here. The first thing that's happening is grief. And you can see from behind me, this is a recreation of the tent where Charlie Kirk lost his life at HHN University in September, and people are taking selfies with it. You can see all around people are saying, like, for Charlie. They're wearing replicas of the shirt that Charlie Kirk was wearing when he was So there's that moment. The second thing that's happening.
So yeah, they're clearly mocking these people, and I had learned that tent is not even a recreation; it's the actual tent. But you know what? This isn't my fight. This is not my fight whatsoever. I just include it in my videos because this is still a horror channel. I still talk about very weird things, and this is weird. This is like a certain genre of horror. Is it psychological horror? Is it cosmic horror? I don't know what type of horror this whole thing is, but it is still horror at the end of the day. But moving on, I also found this news clip to be very interesting because it reminded me of a certain movie scripted by Barack Obama.
The impacts widespread both inside and, of course, on the streets as well. The power outage reportedly disrupted Waymo service. Numerous people seeing cars and shared videos like this of the vehicles just stalled at intersections right in the middle, apparently confused because the traffic lights were out. Waymo later shared on its app that it had paused service with no word on when it would resume.
So yeah, all these Waymo vehicles unable to move due to the traffic light being out eerily reminds me of this scene from Leave the World Behind, where we have all these Tesla vehicles blocking traffic, blocking the road out of town because, again, a major power outage had happened. This is definitely a movie that keeps on giving. I should do another breakdown of this movie and how it pertains to events that happened after this movie came out. What also happens to be another interesting connection, too, when it comes to Barack Obama's scripted movie, Leave the World Behind, there is a trailer for Steven Spielberg's latest movie called Disclosure Day, and we can see two animals playing an important role, the deer and the bird. Matter of fact, they're not only seen in the
You
trailer.
need to go check out that trailer called Disclosure Day. I haven't checked it out yet. I want to check it out. But it was called Disclosure Day. And to me personally, I think they leading up to that Project Bluebeam. They just need to get that shit on over with because this political game, this Epstein shit, all this other shit is boring.
But they're also seen in the movie's poster. The one-eyed symbolism is also inside the animals.
Yep.
But going back to Leave the World Behind, two animals played an important role in that movie as well, deer and birds. I guess that just happens to be a quote-unquote coincidence. But moving on to something that is right up my alley. So the three-eyed atlas
Chucky,
has
they
come
had
and
that
gone,
shit too.
and the man that spent all this time convincing people that the three-eyed atlas was a UFO or something non-natural, Avi Loeb, or Abraham Loeb, the World Economic Forum contributor, see what I'm saying, because that's very important, conceded. He finally said that the object was something natural. He was the first one to not only say that it was an alien object, but also it was a hostile alien object. And you have to ask yourself, even if
How
he's
would you
theorizing that
know?
the object is an alien object, how do you even know they're hostile?
Right.
That should have been the first red flag right there, that something's not right here.
So there might be a lot of aliens around. And if someone was listening to our technological signals, they might have realized that here there is a young technological civilization, and we don't want to have that threat. So they would send a hostile mission towards Earth.
So after all this time of building hype around Three-Eye Atlas, he comes out on News Nation and says, so far so good. Three-Eye Atlas did not maneuver or display any unusual activity when it came closest to Earth. At this point, given all the data that we have, I would agree it's most likely natural, but there are still a lot of things we don't understand about it, he said. But this whole Three-Eye Atlas still had a much larger psyop, a larger agenda behind it, because this was also about data collecting to see how many people they could convince that an alien UFO, a hostile alien UFO, was making its way to Earth. They all played a role.
Yep.
Three-Eye Atlas did not maneuver or display any unusual activity when it
Go
came
back.
closest to Earth. At this point, given all the data that we have, I would agree it's most likely natural, but there are still a lot of things we don't understand about it, he said. But this whole Three-Eye Atlas still had a much larger psyop, a larger agenda behind it, because this was also about data collecting to see how many people they could convince that an alien UFO, a hostile alien UFO, was making its way to Earth. They all played a role in this. Even NASA played a role in this by releasing these very bogus photos, making people believe that there was a cover-up going on and they were hiding information. So this was all a test to see if they could make people believe that an alien mothership with hostile aliens on board was making its way to Earth. And they actually did a very good job doing so, because that's what a lot of people across social media were talking about, making videos on this topic. I even had family members texting me asking me, was this real? They were worried about the Three-Eye Atlas. Now, it was
Here's
also
my
very
data.
obvious what they were doing here when they came out and said that the Three-Eye Atlas weighed exactly 33 billion tons. I mean, come on. We know where the script is coming from now. Stop it. This all starting with the World Economic Forum. And why would they want to go ahead and test the public? Because they want to see where they are mentally and what they could go ahead and make them believe. What I find interesting too, right before the Three-Eye Atlas was discovered on July 1st, 2025, and before Avi Loeb called it hostile aliens, he made this blog right here on the Medium on March 1st, 2025, and it's titled Extraterrestrial Intelligence and the Jews. So in this blog, he gets into religion and aliens, and it just screams
and the
Project
Jews.
Bluebeam, because that's exactly what that is, mixing religion and aliens, and having this one world religion. But this part, he goes on to say that Jews were prosecuted throughout history. As a result, they instinctively respond to each historic event by asking the question, is this good for the Jews? Regarding the futuristic encounter with extraterrestrial aliens, my answer to this question is definitely yes. Without guidance from aliens, we might never get to the promised land. So this blog definitely has some very curious thinking just right before he got everybody on board, or mostly everybody on board anyway, that this three-eye atlas was aliens. His blog ends with, all of this is meant to say that the future could be better than the past for the Jewish people. Jewish astronauts can prove to be the chosen people if they lead humanity to a brighter future among the stars. And when you think of Project Bluebeam, there's going to be this alien invasion, but there will also be a Messiah figure to come out and wave it all away. And all the people are supposed to follow this fake Messiah and this one world religion. So very curious, very, very curious blog coming from the man, again, the World Economic Forum agenda contributor pushing the alien agenda. But moving on.
Yep. On to the next one. Let's go.
Example, reading this article from the AP, it says at least 16 files have disappeared from the DOJ website for documents related to Jeffrey. And as I was looking this up further, I was like, maybe they're downplaying this. Maybe it's a lot more because the numbers that I'm getting are anywhere in the hundreds. But this individual right here, Necessary Noise, believes that it may have been thousands of files that may have been deleted. So what news and media should be saying, which they are not, if one file or if one PDF gets deleted, then that's hundreds and hundreds of photos and documents also being deleted, which adds up, if it's 16, perhaps into the thousands.
Epstein files, how many of them are actually missing? I keep seeing like AP articles that say there's like 16 of them missing. There might be like 100 or 200 different file names that are missing. What if I told you there's actually 5,341 file names that are missing? I don't want to hear shit about how bad the table looks. I know how bad it looks. I only spent like 10 minutes on it. Sounds like a lot, huh? And you're like, there's no... Let me tell you how I got there. If a folder starts at 0 and the file name at the very bottom ends in 100, my command will read 0 from 100 in numerical order, and any number that it sees is not there, it will flag it as gone. Seems pretty reasonable, right? I mean, in theory, if you're scanning documents in, you're scanning them in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? I mean, that's just the logic that I'm going to use. So in going with that logic, batch 1, all the folders in batch 1, all of them in numerical order. That kind of proves my point right there. They were all in numerical order. They all matched. Everything was fine. Batch 2, you start to have a little bit of a problem. You got 125 missing out of batch 2. Batch 3, 1,663 file names missing. Batch 4, 2,464 missing. Batch 5, 0. Batch 6, 457 file names missing, and in batch 7, 632 file names missing, with a grand total of 5,341 file names missing. So exactly which ones are missing? Well, I'm glad you asked. Batch 2, 3, 4, 6, and 7, all right here. No, it's not only 16 files that are missing. No, it's not only 100 or 200 file names that are missing. It's over 5,000. And again, the theory is, as you're scanning documents in, one by one by one, the file name only goes up by 1. Remember, these numbers are segregated by batch. So as they're doing a batch, these are the numbers that are missing. In 5,000 files, man, you'd have to pay a lot of FBI overtime in order to take care of 5,000 files. I'm just saying. Oh, and by the way, this chart will be on the Google Drive. Happy hunting. In 5,000 files, man, you'd have to pay a lot of FBI overtime in order to take care of 5,000 files. I'm just saying. Oh, and by the way, this chart will be on the Google Drive. Happy hunting.
I mean, it's been like that for years upon years, for decades upon decades. Even before we were all born, it's been that way. But now it is really in our face where it's no denying it. Where if you call it out, you're no longer considered a quote-unquote conspiracy theorist. I mean, there will be some that'll call us that because there are some out there that will believe these so-called powers that be, no matter what they tell them. I mean, they've just been so upfront with what they're doing lately. They're even telling us that they are spraying chemicals in the sky, spraying things in the skies to block out the sun. Something that has always been a quote-unquote conspiracy theory. They're saying, yeah, we're doing it and we're going to do it. And so what? For example, this right here, this article that says United States Israeli startup announces reckless solar geoengineering experiments from April 2026. And it goes on to say, United States Israeli startup Stardust Solutions plans to begin outdoor experiments of a highly controversial solar geoengineering technology from April 2026. working towards potential deployment this decade, according to a Politico story published on October 24th and recent updates to Stardust website. So what they're doing, they're going to be spraying these things in the skies that's comparable to a volcano going off, releasing all this dust, and again, that is to block out the sun.
And that shit is wild. But yet, call me crazy for saying they killing us through the food, through the water, through the air, through disease. Yet, I'm still called a crazy conspiracy theorist, huh? And they're telling us April 2026, they're about to spray the motherfucking goddamn sky. What the fuck y'all blocking out the sun for? It's like, what the fuck? Can y'all say terraforming the planet without saying terraforming the planet?
About all the animals, the farmlands, and so forth that require the sun. Did they ask you, the public, if they could do something like this? Did you vote for this? Because I did not get the memo that we were voting for this. No, they are taking it upon themselves to terraform the earth for whatever it is they're terraforming it for. I have a couple of ideas. But yeah, birds are disappearing in record numbers. Bats are disappearing in record numbers. Bees are disappearing in record numbers. So let's go ahead and terraform the earth a little bit more to make it less sustainable for these creatures that need the natural sunlight. But let's be honest anyway, when it comes to the sun itself, it has not looked the same and it has not felt the same in quite some time. It looks like a white LED light bulb in the skies. These people are...
What I used to say, I say the sun and moon are LED lights. And I was just joking. But motherfuckers are seeing beyond a goddamn veil. It's a goddamn LED light. We living in the Truman Show.
Always playing God. And we can see the effects when it comes to all these creatures just dropping together. So it is what it is. And when it comes to this whole Jeffrey stuff with them not releasing all the files on time, with them redacting files, again, does not surprise me one way or the other. But with that being said, other people are talking about.
Engineers at MIT just built a robot the size of a paperclip that can do backflips and flies like a bumblebee. This 750 milligram flapping wing robot can fly with speed and agility comparable to real insects. Using a new AI-based controller, the tiny robot achieved a 447% increase in speed and 255% increase in acceleration over previous.
First of all, did y'all hear that? A fucking AI insect robot the size of a fucking paperclip. What are you planning to do with that? Now, my intentions that what the powers that be could do with that is very diabolical, but like, this is what the fuck they do. Salute.
Versions. Its speeds reach nearly 2 meters per second, and it can perform 10 consecutive somersaults in 11 seconds, even while fighting wind disturbances. The secret is a two-part control system. First, a powerful predictive controller plans complex maneuvers like flips and sharp turns. Then, through imitation learning, that expertise gets compressed into a tiny neural network that can run in real time. The robot uses soft artificial muscles that flap its wings 330 times per second, 70% faster than actual flies. Future versions could carry cameras and sensors for search and rescue missions, squeezing...
Can carry cameras and do shit for rescue missions. What? And it can go against wind conditions. What? Nigga, I call that spy technology. That was my first intention. But the second intention is they can be very diabolical and throw a nerve agent inside of that bitch and it can go up as a fucking so-called insect, prick your ass and fly away and your ass pass out. Or your ass wake up on some Resident Evil shit. I showed a video, these paperclip size AI nanotech. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm glad I'm not the only one on it. I'm glad you on it, man. Pause.
through gaps too tight for traditional drones. Breakthroughs like this often happen quietly in university labs far from the spotlight, but they may be shaping the future of robotics more than we realize.
So that was announced by MIT 2 weeks ago. And did he say the
And
wings?
plus, I said some shit about MIT yesterday. They're making humanoid bots with no emotion, trying to take the shit out the brain and shit. Talking about it's going to be a scientific breakthrough. It's going to help people with cloning and consumption. That means cannibalism. Can y'all say reptilian without saying I'm a reptilian? Those motherfuckers are, what's the motherfucking word that Daffy Duck used? Despicable.
Flap 330 times per second. I'm sure that doesn't mean anything. That number,
330 times. Uh-oh, they go that number 33. Goddamn.
but yeah. What's that old saying? If it flies, it spies. If it flies, it spies.
Hey, bro, have you seen this video? Dude, that's AI. I know, it's amazing, right? You should subscribe to the creator. Yeah. Sorry, pal, I don't subscribe to that AI slop. There's no way you fell for that. That's wild. Guys, I didn't fall for it. I said it was AI. Not the video. Not the video? Dude, you have seen the video? Yeah, dude, you seriously are, bro. You're literally young, but you should definitely subscribe to that channel. What?
I don't like it. How many years are we away from holograms tricking us? Oh, probably 2 to 4. The more and more they're going to start pushing augmented reality. So it'd be like a screen? Well, it would be like you are looking through your glasses, but then stuff pops up around it. Like a VR headset, you can see through and experience the real world with an overlay. Not me, baby. I'm going to go live in the cabin. I'm going to get my Jeep, and I'm driving out of here. You'll never see me again.
Now, I found that video to be very interesting because I definitely see this is where we're heading into the future, just given how far AI has advanced and how the public is using AI to deceive others. So I'm sure there's going to be a powerful form of holographic technology that will be used in the same fashion. But the technology that we don't have, that the so-called powers that be have, like this powerful form of AI, holographic technology, and so forth, is already being used to deceive the public. They have even admitted that they have holograms that not only produce noise, but you can actually touch and feel.
A hologram that I can touch and feel. A hologram that I can touch and feel. Game over.
Last time you heard a bell ringing in your town. And I don't mean like a bell notification on your phone. I mean real bells. Church bells, town bells, bells ringing throughout an entire valley. For most of human history, that sound was everywhere. Lately, I've been digging into this theory about why it seems to have mostly disappeared from everywhere. So here's some real history first. In the early 20th century, hundreds of thousands of bells were confiscated worldwide. During World War II alone, Germany confiscated over 170,000 church bells across occupied Europe. The official explanation was that they were just melted down for the war effort. But here's where things get strange. There's surprisingly very little photographic evidence of any kind of mass bell smelting. Instead, records show many bells were carefully removed, cataloged, labeled, and stored in massive so-called bell cemeteries. Some were even buried, and every so often you'll find an article about someone who uncovered an old bell still buried under the ground. So if metal was so desperately needed for weapons, why preserve them at all? And that's where this theory comes in. Some researchers believe that these old bells weren't just noisemakers or timekeepers. They were cast from a specific copper tin alloy and tuned for resonance, tones long associated with things like emotional regulation, cohesion, and even healing. There's also the idea that ancient cathedrals built with sacred geometry were designed to amplify those effects acoustically. So why get rid of the bells? Well, some people believe that these bells were remnants of the Great Tartarian Empire, and that removing them was part of a broader erasure of beneficial old world technologies. And then there's the more sinister theory that says that the frequencies of these bells warded off low-frequency evil entities by unmasking their true nature and forms so that they can't blend into society and take us over. You know the ones. That's all just a fringe theory. But anyway, what do you think? Make sure to drop your theories in the comments and let me know what you want to hear about next.
Yeah, we talked about that
I
yesterday.
cannot remember the last time I actually heard a natural bell, and they had gotten rid of them all for a reason. And I think one of the best hints to this as to why comes from Hollywood, the movie, I believe it was Spider-Man 3, when Spider-Man is trying to take off the Venom and he's fighting with it, and the only thing that allows him to take this off is the bell. That video came from Strangeology.
Let's see who the Wheel of Weird Celebrity Backgrounds wants me to talk about today. Wanda Sykes. This should be interesting.
Now, this shit blew my mind. I did not know this shit about Wanda Sykes. If y'all don't remember who Wanda Sykes is, she had her own TV show. She was a writer for Chris Rock. And she was on Pootie Tang. She was the bitch that wanted to fuck Pootie Tang. You know, one that was always dressing up like the prostitute. And like spilling a whole bunch of other shit. But like Wanda Sykes, I did not know this shit. This shit fucked me up.
I'm sure it took her years grinding out at open mics to become a celebrity. Wrong.
What?
Before she was a comedian, she worked for the NSA. She
What?
was not a spy or field agent, but she held a procurement or contracting role. And it was still a top secret level federal workplace, and bound by non-disclosure agreements that can last decades. She openly jokes about this background, but never goes into details. She was involved in purchasing, vendor coordination, and contract management. She worked on acquiring equipment, services, and systems used by the agency. But we're not talking about like office chairs. Procurement staff may interact with classified programs, defense contractors, encrypted communications hardware, and black budget programs. Of course, without knowing the full scope. She found the job boring and rigid and decided to try stand-up comedy. After leaving the NSA, she quickly transitions into stand-up comedy, writing for the Chris Rock Show. And she became one of the most politically protected comedians in the industry. Within a few years, she was winning Emmys, having dinner at the White House, and had regular political commentary roles. And this trajectory is kind of unusual. She was not a child performer and did not come from an elite comedy family. And unlike most comedians, she didn't spend years grinding it out. Now, this is not evidence of anything. It's just not the way that comedy usually works. Personally, I think a lot of her connections had to do with the fact that she had worked for the government already, had all the background checks, and they knew she was quote-unquote safe. And I am not saying that they elevated her into the role she has currently, but she has been able to make some extremely controversial jokes and has been able to criticize powerful institutions without long-term career damage or getting canceled. Right. Some claim she's an institutional plant. It's all very interesting. And she is part of a very small club of entertainers with agency job experience. What are your thoughts on this?
That great video came from too much of a coincidence. And yeah, a lot of these people we see on these podcasts getting millions upon millions of views, a lot of these celebrities and so forth, we think earn their way to the top. Well, they were always within the government and they're allowed to have big platforms and so forth because they are pushing certain messages, or they may have done things in the past and they were promised certain positions. Fame, money, and so forth. But in any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this.
Oh, next.
So Netanyahu went on he's sounding like a mafioso. So here is what, so after the false flag in Australia that Israel engineered, where they had an ISIS guy shoot some Jewish people at a Hanukkah celebration. Remember, ISIS is working with Israel. They work with the Mossad. When ISIS fighters were working with Israel to overthrow Assad in Syria, when they would get wounded, the Israel medics would fix them up. Just so you know. So we know that ISIS and Israel are working together along with Al Qaeda. Because if they're supposed to be enemies, isn't it weird that ISIS and Al Qaeda never attack Israel? So that's how you know Australia was a false flag. And what this is all about is trying to get countries like Australia and the United States and the UK and other countries to censor and clamp down on people telling the truth about Israel and their genocide. That's what this is about. And so right now he's going to try to threaten people over it. Watch this. If you don't censor, we're coming for you. Watch this. Oh, so I guess I'll read it. Let me read it. I demand, listen to how he talks. I demand Listen to this. I demand that Western governments do what is necessary to fight anti-Semitism and provide the required safety and security for Jewish communities worldwide. They would be well advised to heed our warning. I demand action from them now. Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa, that sounds like Tony Soprano. That's what that sounds like. So the man for whom there is no bottom to depraved atrocity is threatening those closest to him now. How can that be? I mean, Netanyahu is the Mr. Rogers of the Middle East. I mean, it doesn't. The bottom line is that if you don't acknowledge what Netanyahu is now, then you're also part of it. Let me just put it that way.
Half of Israel knows what he is.
Yes.
Idiots here don't.
Idiots here don't, but people in Israel do. And now that he's cornered like a rat, he sounds more and more like the Khazar mafiosa that he's always been. The Samson option, let's remember what the Samson option is that's the one where Israel steals nuclear secrets from the United States in the early 60s. Then they get rid of anyone in the way in 1963. And then they install devices in major strategic spots around the world, the United States included. And if any nation gets out of line, boom, just off the coastline, washing away countless innocent people, almost like Japan, almost. And after all the money we gave him, he's demanding anything from us. Isn't that amazing?
Store of Epstein behind him.
But this, right? Yeah. That's, it's like your barista demanding that you wait a half hour after you spend $10 on a coffee. Oh wait, that is what happens. But anyway,
is he a stripper? That's how I feel. Like I'm being, chumped by some stripper for more lap dances. But instead of lap dances, they just blow shit up.
So Concerned Citizen tweets out, I demand that Western governments do what's necessary to fight anti-Semitism and provide security and safety for Jews worldwide. That would be well advised. They would be well advised to heed our warning. I demand action from them now. Holy crap, Benjamin Netanyahu sounds like he's threatening every Western country on earth right now. You know why he sounds like that? Because he is. Because they're desperate. That's what desperation sounds like. Now they're overtly threatening other countries because they've lost the narrative. And people are leaving Israel in droves. People in the United States and Europe and Australia have turned against Israel. Everywhere, South America, the world has turned against Israel.
The next generation of kids that are Jews have turned against. They have TikTok.
Right. That's right.
I just want to say, watching this sack of shit speak, I didn't give Zelensky enough credit for being a perfect gentleman.
Yep.
Watching this loathsome creep.
This is a guy who's desperate. He's cornered. He doesn't know where to go, and so he's out now making threats. And
his son's starting a big podcast.
Chris Wick says, holy crap, Netanyahu's out here straight up mafia bossing every Western country like he's got dirt on all our leaders, and we're about to get whacked if we don't kiss the ring. You know why? Because he's got dirt on all the Western leaders.
Did you put it together yet, everyone, when they didn't do the Epstein thing they were supposed to do?
Yeah.
That's how you know nukes are real. There's people that think nuclear weapons aren't real. That's
I know.
A conspiracy.
Yeah.
You know they're real because Israel's threatening us with them.
Anyway, there you go. There's Benjamin Netanyahu being straight up mafioso. And why? Because it's not working. And they've lost the world. They've lost the next generation of young Jewish people.
Jimmy.
What's that?
When he says they need to protect Jewish communities, does he mean from the Hannibal Directive, which is what is killing them? Because I don't think we have the ability to do that.
That's right.
Also nuke us.
That's right. Remember that Israel themselves killed their own people on October 7th. Probably more people killed by Israel than killed by Hamas on October 7th. That's another story that doesn't get told in the mainstream news media, that they killed their own people on the regular. And the fact
it's written down. They have a policy of it called the Hannibal Directive. Look it up, idiots.
Look it up, the Hannibal Directive, and they used it. And it just goes to show you that because they're still slaughtering Palestinians on the regular every day. It wasn't because of the hostages. They never wanted those. It's because they got the hostages back, and they're still slaughtering Palestinians. They're doing it every day.
The IDF's committing suicide at unprecedented rates, not because obviously they don't care about killing Arab kids, but they were ordered to kill their own people that have been racist trained to think they're better than everyone, and I'll bet it's overbearing. That's my guess, Jimmy.
That's my guess. Like that, we covered that one IDF soldier who unalived himself, and he said that what I did can never be forgiven, and I think it's because he killed his own people on October 7th. That's what he's upset about.
Oh, also, the guy that was fired by Netanyahu on Israeli TV said the order was given.
Yeah.
So we know it was given. Assholes. Israeli news, remarkably forthcoming compared to the slop that stupid fat fuck Americans get. That's what they think of you. Their propaganda goes to us. Actual Israelis are leaving in droves because they hate that guy. So this is all the desperation. They're losing population.
This is it. And their economy's collapsing. And they've lost them. And now There's anti-APAC PACs, political PACs in America, and it's very unpopular to be a politician running on I'm pro-Israel right now. So this is desperation, and that's what you get from a murderer like Benjamin Netanyahu. Okay, over to no. Go ahead and hear my jokes about this. Come see us January 11th.
You already know. That's the news. Shouts out to everybody. You know, sure, you know, we covered a lot. We try to cover a lot in a nice, cool period of time. And we're gonna play a couple tracks and we're gonna get up out of here. No, hold on, wait a minute. No, right here. There we go. Shouts out to everybody.
Phenom Road 1 production.
If you wanna smoke, girl, let's go to the liquor store. Let's go get some more liquor, hoe. Right before it close, grab the swisher so I can roll up my fucking drove. This a hit for show. Hit the drove. Everybody get the smoke. Got a fire banging hoe. No, I'm just bringing smoke. Yo, got the banging smoke. Hoe, that'll make it flow. Hoe, that's it on the floor. Hopping out the wheel and walking through the door. See the hoe. Let's go to the mo. Girl, get on the floor. Show me more, baby, let me know what you want to smoke. After that, I'm going nigga dope, fucking on the boat, on the smoke. Call her on the boat, she gon' swallow more while I smoke. Then it's time to go. What you wanna smoke? Wanna smoke? I got what you need if you wanna smoke. Wanna smoke? I got bags of green if you wanna smoke. Wanna smoke? I got what you need, what you wanna smoke. Wanna smoke? Everybody gotta smoke. Everybody gotta smoke, ho. Now it's time to float, ho. Say it's time to toast, boast. While we off the coast, smoke coming off the boat.
She got a tiny hat.
Girl, get on the float. Tell the hoe she my antidote. Let's go do some more. After that, I gotta do the show. Make the city smoke, see me smoke. Make the city float, let the city smoke. If a hater talking out his throat, I'ma shoot the hoe. Super cold, better than Lex Luthor, hoe. See me popping Superman, smoking with my super friends, going through some bands, smoking weed from here to Yucatan, in the van, smoke a bunch of weed, got me in the trance, in the van, smoke a bunch of weed, got me in the trance. You wanna smoke, I got what you need if you wanna smoke, I got bags of weed if you wanna smoke, I got what you need if you wanna smoke, everybody gotta smoke, you wanna smoke. I got what you need if you wanna smoke. I got bags of weed if you wanna smoke. I got what you need if you wanna smoke. Everybody gotta smoke. Keys of the land, gotta take back on the keys to the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. This my motherfucking G's of the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. Put the motherfucking G's in the bag. Let my homeboy get the keys to the lab. I got everything they believe in the jab. Going overseas with the weed in the bag. How the fucking guns and the keys in the dash. Try to cock how you got a pee in the bag. Saw a boy leader put the beam on his ass. Now I got a way put the feed on the gas. Going faster than glass, speed on your ass. On the front line, I'ma lead with the mag. Gonna give a bed, I'ma kill on the gas. Automatic ribbons is the building with pass. Jump like pom pom, real Kevin Nash. True with the leg like real Mr. Glass. Formulate a plan, I'ma kill on the plans. Gonna give a bed in the leads ever had. Leave up a bridges every need us a man. Can't get that. Gon' bleed on the land. Revolutionary, I'm a G on the land. So negotiated, we don't need no demands. We're gonna take it back, Papa G in the van. Blowing up shit, boom, boom on the land. Big coat coming Dr. Doom on the land. Super guy hand till you wall in the sand. Everybody run when I pull up the hand. World military day, gang gonna last. I'ma hit them all with a blast from the past. Do it so fast, like I'm taking out the trash. Fuck Carl Schwab, put his ass in the bag. Fuck Bill Gates, put his ass in the bag. Fuck Dr. Fauci, put his ass in the bag. Fuck Donald Trump, put his ass in the bag. Keys of the land, gotta take back on the keys to the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. This for my motherfucking G's of the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. This for my motherfucking G's of the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. Gotta take back on the keys to the land. Let's go.
Salute everybody. Shouts out, shouts out. You know.
Phenom Road 1 production.
Smoking weed, feeling good. CB mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. CB mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. CB mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. CB mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Sipping on this fucking lean. Smoking on the green, looking clean, riding through the scene, feeling like a king. Pop a bean with a bad bitch. I can get between, make a spleen, bosses on my dick, like a trampoline. Hit the scene, sell it to the fiends, gotta make the green. I'm a hustler, and I got some $1 billion dreams. It's a scene with the Cali chick, chilling on the beach, turn her cheeks, every fucking week. That's my cup of tea. I'm a G till I D.I.E. Show you I'm a beast, haters weak, you will cease to be. If you fuck with me, got the keys, going overseas. Feed up with my queen, she's a pocket goddess. Yeah, you fucking know what I mean. Paper seals all up in the throat. While I'm smoking weed, I believe I'm the only one that you gonna need. Feeling green, baby, yes indeed. Got me feeling free. Baby, rolling up the street. Baby, come and roll with me. Weed, feeling good. See me bobbing through the hood, grab a chick, fucking good, feeling so fucking good, smoking weed, feeling good. See me bobbing through the hood, grab a chick, fucking good, feeling so fucking good, smoking weed, feeling good. See me mobbing through the hood, grab a chick, fucking good, feeling so fucking good, smoking weed, feeling good. See me mobbing through the hood, grab a chick, fucking good, feeling so fucking good. What's the flow? Fuck it though. Used to give a fuck before, I don't give a fuck no more. Time for me to smoke some more. Walking with the baddest hoe. You know how to fucking go. Stunting on them fucking hoes. Baby girl, I love control. Now we getting on the boat. Everybody on the floor. Drinking liquor, smoking dope. Girls twerking on the floor. Rolling up another one. Lean in my double cup. Club banging #1. Roll up another blunt. Weed feeling good. See me mobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good. Smoking weed, feeling good. See me bobbing through the hood. Grab a chick, fucking good. Feeling so fucking good.
Shouts out to everybody. About to get up out of here, y'all. Y'all know how we do. Last track. Don't want to keep you. Got all the news out the way.
Let the flood return, y'all people gon' learn, everybody gon' learn now.
I do something, man. We might be gaming.
That I will flood the world right now. I'll destroy your government right now. Kill a motherfucker, throw a bit of river, I'ma do a bit of quicker than anybody double pull a trigger, eliminate the government, some public, you motherfuckers about to catch a motherfucker, start a cake, got the roll rubber land, everybody run again, killing the motherfucker cops for the renegade, shooting the motherfucker building, they gon' be running there, blowing it up, got the motherfucker running there, and I'm the only motherfucker that wanna fight the government. Why the fuck is people wanna like the government? Now I got the motherfuckers fight the government. In the White House is a place I'm running in, John Wick, everybody up in the bed, equalize a motherfucker, got me trying to quit, kidnapping bitches looking like choice to win, love a death, it's a choice to take, got a motherfucker sword again, chopping everybody else to record and shit, be the top with the porcelain, turn the base to a chorus again, Star Wars got the force within, like a motherfucking speed, the realest, I never really, you about to feel it, until the stupid fans come and get it, it's revolutionary, living shit, hear it, your favorite, the furious spirit, kill it all, listen to me, bitch, I'm a chopper, it's a popper with a chopper, it's a proper, better call him, better go doctor, like I'm not supposed to nigga, better get to the chopper, blow the bitch up, cause bitch, I'm a monster, hurricane coming, but I pray to the father, I kill that motherfucker, living state in Nevada, God kill a nigga, I understood the Yamada, ain't nobody ready for the monster. Return, y'all people gon' learn, everybody gon' learn now, that I will flood this world right now, I'll destroy your government right now, let the flood return, y'all people gon' learn, everybody gon' learn now, that I will flood this world right now. destroy your government right now. So let the flood return.
Hey, shouts out to everybody. HHN Special Report. Y'all know how we ended. Mic check. I walk around the streets with my black tech dying on the waistline. Look at the hype shit. I never claim to be the best type of rapper, but have to. Wait a minute. Shout out to everybody in the chat first. Hold on. Shout out to In the Groove. Shout out to Comic Brandon. Shout out to Gamble. Shout out to Charles. What up, though? Shouts out. And much love to the goddess Crystal is cool. The sexy California independent researcher. And much love to the goddess Vonta, the UK correspondent. You know what I'm saying? Now, we can end it. Shouts out to everybody that's going to watch it on the playback. Mic check. I walk around the streets with my black tech died on the waistline. Look at the hype shit. I never claim to be the best type of rapper, but have to show the motherfuckers what I'm after. I'm after the gold, and after that, the platinum, the beef after that, Hurricane G-Packs that got some bow. Trigger bang bang. HHN Special Report. Catch you on the next one. Peace.